Hello everyone, and welcome to the second Seed of Andromeda update video. This week's changelog was pretty thick, got some new added features and a slew of bug fixes, but there's still a lot of work to be done, especially in the bug fixing department. First thing I want to show you is these awesome new textures by Scuttles. I think they look really nice. Here's the grass texture. I'm currently running his 256 by 256 pack. You can choose any texture resolution at startup from 16 to 1024. Right now we only have 256, 64, and 32, but man are they looking nice. Not all textures have been implemented. For instance, these leaves are still the 32 by 32 version because he still has a lot more work to do. But things like the plants are looking really good, and especially the rock textures. I really love what he's done with the stone layers. Let me find a torch light. Let me show you here. We've got just some great textures. I think he took some real stone pictures and kind of just made some great textures out of them. They tile really well, and just everything about them looks great. We're going to add a lot more stone layers in the future, so we're going to be able to, really show off his stone making texture skills. I think in the future we're probably going to have, maybe dozens and dozens of rock layers that you can dig through. And that's probably going to add a lot more depth to the game as far as the way the trading system works and how the crafting system works, because we'll be able to build all sorts of furniture out of these different stone types and things like that. I think this is granite here. We got all sorts of cool stuff. But let me fly up to the surface and show you some of his other textures. We've got things like sandstone and sand and all this stuff. It just looks really, really good. And I just can't wait to see what he does with the leaves. We have a leaf texture right now, but we need to work out how the color scheme is going to work, so I'm just using the old ones. Also, take a look at these this terrain feature I didn't show you before. I want to call these bubble hills, I think. Something kind of like that. They're really kind of alien and crazy looking. I don't know. You guys let me know if you like them. You may not like them, I'm not sure. But anyways, let's get to the real meat of today, which is the sand physics. It's my favorite new addition, and if you've ever played the sand falling game, it's like an online flash game, it's free, then you'll kind of know what inspired these physics. Keep in mind they are quite buggy right now. Oh, also you'll notice the click-to-drag build, obviously, that I've implemented. But yeah, take a look. The sand kind of slides down because it's a powder. It doesn't just, group up like normal blocks. Let me see if I can find a better spot to demonstrate it. Let's make a big cube right here, big glitchy cube. Take a look at that. It just slides down and it piles up, and it actually forms a little, sand dune kind of thing. If we place sand blocks, they will slide down. Let me know if you think they're too fast. I am thinking it's going much too fast. I can slow it down in a future update. You guys tell me what you think. But what's really fun about it is just it just feels kind of realistic. If you've ever played the sand falling game, you'll know what I mean. And if you blow holes in it, it'll fall into place. It'll always behave kind of like you would expect a powder to behave. Let's go ahead and turn off particles. Off. Yes. And I want to show you something cool you can do with it to demonstrate the physics. Let's grab just some random block, bauxite. That'll do. And let me go down. There's a pretty oasis down here where I can show you some cool stuff. Also, notice what Scuttles did with the terrain texture. It looks a lot nicer, and he actually changed the color scheme. You can see like these dark strips and things like that. I think it adds some flavor to the terrain. It makes it look really good. Okay, here we go. So let's drop down here, and let's make ourselves a column out of some bauxite. There we go. That should be big enough. And then let's make another one right here. We'll make a big sand physics demonstration for you guys. And so right now, sand physics and water physics are a little bit bugged as far as lighting goes. They're having some issues updating the lighting, so you'll probably notice that. And there's a lot of other various bugs that need to be fixed. There's some performance issues that need to be addressed. And this next week I'll probably be spending a lot of time on that and trying to get it up and working. You'll notice my frames per second is about 35, and it's kind of fluctuating. I'm not really sure what's causing that right now, but that's not a usual occurrence. So I'll need to definitely look into that. Okay, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a big box and fill it with sand and then kind of drain it and show you what it does. And then I can play with water and show you guys that I actually made some changes to water. Water is now faster by 33%. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it actually makes a pretty big difference as far as the physics of it go. Okay, let's drag a huge box of sand. Alright, so now we have our big box full of sand. So I'm just going to go ahead and poke holes in it. Okay, so the sand falls down. Let's get some light. There we go. Sand's just going to cover the lights up. But as you can see, it piles up and it pretty much behaves as you would expect. Sunlight's starting to pour through, because if we go up here, the sunlight is actually able to fit through these holes sometimes. I think that's part of the lighting bugs. But just observe the way the sand indents and falls, sort of like you would expect in real life. And you know, you can maybe create some cool little hourglasses with this that can only be used once, or you could create a level where you can make yourself a custom map where you're in like a big underground tomb, and then all of a sudden the ceiling opens up and sand starts pouring in and filling it up, and you'll suffocate if you don't find a way out. Things like this are made possible with the new sand physics. So let me know what you guys think about it. If you think it's too fast, if there's any improvements I can do, if you have any ideas on an animation that I can display. Right now they are literally just kind of teleporting. It's a cellular automata, so they just kind of pop from grid position to grid position, which looks okay when it's going fast, but I could maybe do like a little rolling animation to have it kind of roll down. It'll be a little bit more expensive to calculate, and it'll probably be a little bit slower, but it might be worth it as far as aesthetics go. Okay, let me show you. Let's fly away, make that disappear, and let's do water physics. I'll go ahead and show you. You're gonna, right off the bat, you're gonna notice a lighting bug with the water. But let me drag a huge cube of water. There we go. Notice the dark spot, that would be the lighting bug. Water flows much quicker now, and I think it's a lot more realistic. If we make a big explosion over here, probably be able to illustrate it even better. Let's do some C4. That's not how you spell C4. There we go. C4. Let's drag a box. Boom. Oh goodness. I think I saw this bug in somebody else's video and I never fixed it. This is caused by a vertex buffer not updating correctly. I need to fix that. Watch, we can fix it. Boop, disappeared. Anyways, observe how the water flows so nicely and fills up. And if you look, it is filling up quicker than before. It is filling up 33% quicker than before. It's still not exactly realistic. There's still a lot of work to be done. Look at these textures; they're so good. But you know, for now, it's fine. I think. Top priority is going to be getting these lighting bugs fixed. As you can see by the color of the water, there's some serious lighting issues going on. Oh, also, you may have noticed the explosion hole is a little bit more circular. I have C4. These explosions are a little bit more realistic now. The hole patterns are typically more circular. I calculated that with just some simple trig. And if you're also noticing that the blocks fall, that's another addition. That was not in before, and people really noticed that, so I definitely wanted to fix that. So now it's fixed. You can actually, let's go over this big tree here and blow it up. You can actually blow trees down. Hooray! So fun. It doesn't always work. Let me see if I can get it to make little, sometimes there'll be a little floating point, another bug. Lots and lots of bugs for me to fix. I got a busy week ahead of me. But yeah, I like the way it works. Let me think if there's anything else I need to say. Oh, what I'm going to do with this, you'll notice the blocks that are falling are just falling kind of lazily. What I'm going to do instead is make them fly away from the explosion, probably, and it'll make it look a lot cooler. People were suggesting that before, that I pick maybe some of these edge blocks up and throw them. I might do that, and I'll also definitely make the blocks that are just falling, make those probably fly away with respect to the distance from the center of explosion. Anyways, is kind of a laggy mess right now, buggy laggy mess. Stay tuned. I'll have plenty more updates for you guys to see. Oh, before I forget, we have a new menu texture and we have a new options menu texture. I didn't finish implementing all the correct buttons and stuff, so it doesn't look completely correct. But this is what you get right now. This texture is courtesy of Dominic Labonia. He's one of my friends, and he helped me make this, or he made this texture for me. He's probably gonna try to make another inventory texture as well, and we're gonna try that out. But Anthony and Sebastian are hard at work on the crafting design. We're probably not going to have crafting for another few months because I'm going to really focus on world design and physics and things like that, and the core concepts of the world, flora distribution, new biomes, definitely new trees. These trees are getting stale. All sorts of things like that. Volcanoes are coming soon. Once all these features have been implemented, then we're going to move on to crafting, probably within 6 months. And that'll be pretty much in time for the first free pre-alpha release. No, there's no download link, guys. Everybody's asking it. Sorry, it's closed right now. Okay, so let me take a quick look and see if I forgot anything from the changelog. There will be a full changelog in the description that you guys can look at. Looks good. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Please subscribe if you haven't. And, man, that looks good. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.